going to be for any and all Leo placements. So, wherever you may have Leo in your birth chart, you may get something out of this reading. And this will be posted on YouTube at some point later. So, if you excuse me, if you missed this reading at all, or just want to rewatch it just for reference, it will be up on YouTube. I want to say give me about like 1 to 3 days, mainly just because I still am working a day job, so I'm doing the best I can with my content, but hopefully with enough support I could be doing this full time, and I'll be able to pump out the quality content I'd actually like. I do quality that I like, but I'm a wee bit of a perfectionist. Listen, I'm a Taurus. I can't help but want the quality things, alright? People talk about Taurus as like we're materialistic, but no. I want that good shit. Not a lot of the kinda okay shit. I want that good shit. I don't want like 1 or 2 of them. Maybe 3 is just like a backup, you know? Excuse me. So, this is going to be a sort of general modified past, present, future spread. And I am basically going to be pulling 3 cards, past, present, future, and then we're going to be clarifying each of those cards with 3 cards. So it's basically going to be I want to say 12 cards in total. Excuse me. If you know, you know. I was trying to smoke cleanse, okay? And smoke cleanse myself, and I always cleanse the energy before reading, just so you know. Sorry, I noticed some things were lagging, we're into that, and solve our problem. We'll say it was not the wattage that was the problem. It's clogged. Alright. So, anytime you're watching this video, this reading could be for you. Because this goes for if you wait like a year and a half and you find this video on my YouTube and that's your first time watching it, you could literally find some little advice or some message in here. So, this is for any and all Leo placements. What do they need to hear for their highest good? I'm going to be talking somewhat quiet, so let me know if the music gets just a bit too loud. I think I can turn this down a bit. Let's get a clear, honest message for any and all Leos out there. What do they need to hear for their highest goods? 3 cards, please. Two of coins. And in my head, I just kept hearing, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Slide this over. Actually, apparently I did lower my mic at some point. I don't know when that was. Excuse me if the coughs are any louder now, but interesting. Nah, we'll find out now. Because the way these came out like that, past, future. I know we're scared to talk about the present moment, but let's talk about it. Cause I got it. We got that. We got those. We're missing one. I know. I'll talk about these in a second, but we're missing one. Oh, I did read the mimic thing. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it. I thought it was really... I read it out loud. But thank you for sharing that story. It was very, very funny and enjoyable. I really appreciate you. And I hope you have a good night. Hope you get your good night's sleeps. And good rest and all that stuff. We all need it. I can tell you want to be very specific here. I think this reading is going to be very specific. So it's like you're going to resonate with some of it or you're going to not resonate with it. It's one or the other. Which is somehow, like, these collective readings, like, I've watched collective readings, like, they're not always going to resonate. Now, how did I have a feeling, for those of you who don't know tarot, the tarot is split into, it's 78 cards, but it's split into two different arcanas. One is a major arcana and the other is minor. So, major arcana are like the big oomphs, big daddies of the card, you could say. And in the major arcana, there are zodiac signs associated to different cards. And if you know the planet that is associated with Leo, you already know the tarot card that is associated with Leo. And if you don't, it is the sun. If you are a Leo sign, or if you have Leo in your chart, Leo holds the energy of the sun, and the sun card is a card in the tarot deck. So, you are dead center in your reading. I wish I had a spotlight to, like, turn on you. It's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't really hear my audio too well, and I don't have the best microphone, so I don't want it to be, like, too loud, and I'm, like, screaming into the mic. And then I don't have much noise cancellation, so I don't want it to be, like, you guys hear all the random shit going on in the background, because, like, I don't know. I tried my best. And then the browsers are loud as fuck for some reason, always. It needs to not. Oh, I think... Never mind. Technology's weird. Leos are in a moment of being in the spotlight in their own soul. You have thought of everything when it comes to the past, a little bit of the present, and the future. But we haven't talked about you in the present moment, Leo. We haven't talked about the you in the present moment. Like the real you in there. I ain't talking about that surface level, like little blade of grass on the top. I'm talking about the root that the grass blade, i.e. you, came from. Where in your soul, I want to say, I feel like I wanted to say this earlier, but some of you are shy to look in and look at yourselves. It's not even a feeling I feel like some Leos mean to feel. I feel like when you start thinking about things you want to do, you kind of get shy about it because you're like, oh, that'd be really cool. And you'd think, oh, people would like that. That'd be a cool idea for a lot of people. And you think about, like, you could get successful off of, like, an idea, and it's like, nah, I don't want to do all that. I'd be kind of nervous because you know it's a good idea. You know it's a good idea. Sorry, the tarot deck itself is blocking you. You're in the center of your reading, Leo. Remember that. But I know we're getting silly. We're gonna get serious. I like getting silly. We're a little ASMR in here. Why not? I want to get into ASMR because I listen to it myself. We'll see in the future. But Leo, you got 2 of coins, the sun, and 3 of cups. Oh, hold on. You want communion with people and, like, community with people that share this sense of, like, creative work ethic. And it could be in, like, a particular like point of interest or, like, hobby. It doesn't have to be anything, like, big or major. It's just, like, something that makes your heart feel good and that you feel passionate about in a way that there is a community surrounding it, but it's like the way this sun card's just kind of looking at this 3 of Cups card is there's like this sense of longing for community, but it's not just any community. Like, let's be honest, we're not gonna all dive in deep. I know some of y'all are new, but you're dipping your toes in, okay? You're not gonna, like, fully dive into a new community. And I don't blame you guys for just lurking. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, I am a stranger on the internet. I'm watching you, watching me through a screen. Did I say that right? I don't know if I said that right. Sorry. My hair is getting a little weird. Okay. You're afraid that all life is gonna be is this struggle right here, Leo. There's a sense that, like, yeah, you're gonna love people, you're gonna care about things and certain aspects of your life and people in your life, but, like, you're not gonna look happy while doing it if you stick around in certain things. And I feel like you've known that. And there's this part of you that's almost like awakened to yourself. But there's a sense of like, I can't not look at this Three of Cups card and see it as if I'm looking like from the outside looking in. Like I'm just like some little like puppy outside in the cold, like looking inside in this warm building, and they're all having this cool party and having fun because they know each other and they're friends. And the Three of Cups card is not a lonely card, but the way I'm like seeing it, I just feel like I'm just looking at it like through a glass window. And I hate to say, I feel like most of you here are looking for this. It doesn't even have to be the community here in my stream. You want a community that has longevity and has like that fulfillment that you get from a fruitful, like long-term community and like relationship you have with a community. And everyone kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, everyone wants that and everyone deserves that, in the sense of like, humans aren't meant to be alone. Like, we just need that as humans. Like, we're just not meant to be alone. So like, step one in trying to process all of this in general is saying like, hey, sorry, I thought there was something on. We're not meant to be alone as human beings. We just aren't. Like, it's not in our nature. At least that's what I believe, and it's honestly proven to be true in a lot of, like, I think scientific studies. I haven't looked it up, but there have been a lot of experiments or just scenarios where someone was left in isolation for a long period of time and they did not end up sane by the end of that long period of time. So I could, one could only assume being alone for a long period of time with no social contact with other human beings is a bit weighing on the mind. Just a wee bit. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. The thing to accept to start off with this, like, what do I need to do to, like, get this feeling out of me is understanding it's not wrong to want something like this. It's not wrong to want a community that feels happy and joyous and feels like almost like every year you're doing different little traditions and coming up with different fun things to just enjoy your time together. Because it's kind of like experiencing this different aspect of love that is like irreplaceable and is something you can't even describe to somebody. And I think that's the biggest thing a lot of us humans are just like dying for. Like, there is a sense of love that goes outside just finding your person and your partner and the person you fall in love with. Like, love is also in community, in building community and sustaining that community and working with other communities to just like be able to all like, I want to say so many things. I'm thinking of a very quote-unquote ideal world. So I'm like, if it just worked like this and worked like this, we'd all be fucking happy, and these dumb rich people just want to blah 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 blah. Capitalism sucks. Rah, 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 rah. It's all bullshit. I was gonna go down like a ramble about it, and I just like had to stop myself. I could feel myself dipping into that hole. We're gonna go ahead and clarify these cards here. We're gonna clarify with the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is my favorite. And I would love to get the original one again, because the original one I have is very dirty. The cards are very, very dirty. I know it doesn't look like it, but the edges are dirty as fuck, and it does not shuffle like it used to anymore. It does not. Okay. We can be silly and have a laugh here, but I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not here to like sugarcoat nothing. We can have fun going down some rabbit holes. I'd ramble on about the utopia, but we gotta move on, because that's what I want to do, but that's not what I want to do for the reading, because my intention for the reading is, there is something else providing you this message. I am just the messenger. I am not necessarily the person that is coming up with the message. I call it the universe, some people call it God, some people have deities they look at and reach out to. Whoever or whomstever you so choose to call that higher being. I believe that is the message that I am interpreting and being the vessel of, per se. It's melting. Some of you, I feel like some of you should get into looking into just this deity himself. This is Ra. He is the Egyptian sun god. And the best way to tell is that he has this bird head, and he has this fancy circle above his head that symbolizes the sun. And most of the time he's usually holding his ankh and his staff. And if you want to dive even deeper into understanding just yourself in general and like Leo energy and what Leo energy is all about, dive deep into what the sun card in tarot actually like means, and like all of the aspects, because like when you understand the entire aspect of it, you will really get a full picture of like, okay, seeing where it applies in your life. Like it's like almost laying out like a clear blank template and then seeing where it all lines up in your life. So I feel like if anyone's searching for a deeper meaning, I welcome you to go and do your own research and look into the sun card, the sun tarot card. Literally just look up sun tarot card meaning. Just see what comes up. Just start reading. There's a lot of information out there on tarot, trust me. And I will be one of those people putting some tarot information out there soon. I want to talk about like the basics of tarot, how to read tarot, where tarot came from, and all this stuff. All this stuff. Okay, clarifying the Two of Pentacles, we have the Temperance and the Ten of Wands reversed. Get one last card here. You can't do it no more. You know in the past that life has been screaming at you to not carry all these burdens. Alright? That's not what's going to... And it's funny how it came out reversed, because this just kind of goes to show, like, reversal tarot and, like, imagery in reversals. So when I turn the Ten of Wands upright, all of the Temperance is upside down. So when you are in the Ten of Wands energy, you are actively pouring energy out of your cup, which is this cup is this energy in your soul, in your heart, literally physical energy and just vitality that you have in life. If you want to call it, it's like HP and mana combined, I want to say, in a nerdy way. So, like, when you are in this energy of taking on all of these, what feel partially other people's burdens, you're actively pouring all of your energy out into something that isn't what you want to do and what you strive to do in your life, because you want to work hard. You'd carry that weight if it was weight that you wanted to carry. And I think that's the difference of the choices we make in life. And I think that's the things that you've been looking back of, like, you want to make choices so you don't end up constantly struggling and juggling all the time. And I think this goes to show for people who want to actually, like, genuinely save their money so they can not only just go on a trip this summer, but go on a trip this summer and the next 5 summers, and then not have to worry about it. Like, it's paid for. Like, it's set up, it's scheduled, it's all good, it's all paid for. Like, the financial aspects in this world really helps a lot. So when it comes to the choices we make in our lives and the choices we make in our finances, we have to choose what's going to work for us and what we truly desire of what we want to do. But at the same time, life is life, and listen, I may have had these difficult times with this boss, but I'm not going to be incompetent to my work, because I'm willing to work, because I'm working for a paycheck. I'm working for that money that I get at the end of those 2 weeks, that bi-weekly pay, which is kind of bullshit. Don't want to talk about that. But Nine of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands and Nine of Wands. So we're going from 10 down to 9. And it feels like this, alright, we're finally taking a step back from all of this hurt, all of this pain that's not yours, it's just not ours. It's not ours to deal with. It's taking these steps, just small, slow, like guided, gentle steps. You want balance, and you want to be able to be stable, to be able to make balance if it's imbalanced. It's like feeling so tired that you can't even make something balanced when it's imbalanced. Like taking care of the things that need to be, like, I don't even know if it's like you worked all these things and done all this stuff in one day, and then it comes time to, like, oh, hey, if you don't do laundry, then it's gonna basically be like a problem for like the next week, because then you have to like do like 3 sets of like loads of laundry, and then take care of that, doing all the washing and the drying and the fold and the wash and the dry and the fold, and it just becomes exhausting. And it's like you want to be able to work hard and do this laundry without like worrying about how exhausted you are. But that's the difference of the choices I think Leos right now are making, is you're making a choice that's not going to make you feel exhausted to do laundry. Like, you want to do these things, so they're just taken care of, so you don't have to take care of them 5 days or just take care of them for the week, because you know if you like took care of laundry that day or done the dishes that little day or If you vacuumed up that little thing that day and you just did it little by little, you don't have to sit there and vacuum for like 4 hours and do the whole house all in one day. You're just doing little by little, and it's like, all right, hey, we did it. But it's the fact that you would, if you had the energy to do it little by little. And I think this is why we're all like, fuck, capitalism sucks. Everyone's in this like different energy sometimes of like, holy shit. It's a different sign almost every week, I want to say, but everyone is feeling it. Everyone's felt it for ages, for decades. Like, before our parents' time, before our parents' parents, like, greed has been amongst humans since the day they were born. It's funny to think that I think animals can get greedy too. Hello, my love. I'm doing your reading. And you were right. Let's just say that you're more intuitive than you know, my love. He is a Leo. He is the sun god. Ooh. One second. I'm showing this. I know he can't hear me, but he has been, he has been doing amazing and working so hard recently. And I want him to know that he told me about things that are in this reading. He told me that he was about certain things in this reading before I even did this reading. It was like a couple days ago. He was talking about certain things, and then I'm like, I wonder. Like, energy kind of lines up for like a lot of different things in like just the world right now. And we kind of started talking about the world that day, just in general. I love you. I love you. I will hydrate. I will. Life today is an exercise in keeping the plates spinning at all times. But if enough of the plates fall off, then you're homeless. And I can't stress enough how much we have to work together. Like, it's at a point now where, like, I don't even want my enemy to struggle. I don't even want my enemies to fucking struggle. Like, we shouldn't all have to live like this, you know? And I think Leos are one of the first, like, signs to kind of there's this sense, and I think it's been Leos, like, people who have a lot of Leo energy and are heavily, like, embody their Leo placements, because I feel like Leo energy, in the sense that it's the sun, it's illuminating things, bringing things to light. There's been this long knowing that I think we've all had, and I think we've all joked about it and tried to laugh it off, and we make our jokes here and there, and we have our opinions here and there about this and that, but if we truly want to fix these, just fix this, if we all want to fix it, we gotta work together. And we gotta fucking work. It's not in a sense of pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you're not hurt, rub some dirt in it. It's in a, I know it hurts, but I'm here with you and I'm hurting too. And if we can do it together, I'm here with you. The whole fucking way. All the way, the whole way. And to me, that is worth it. That is just worth life. That's what I think it's worth living for. Is fighting just for the ability to live in general. I think that's just what we all want. There's a big sense of wanting more out of life and not just I want more for myself. No, I want more for my community. And I think some of you long for that community because you want to, like, have those stepping stones to, like, build from. Because it's like, everyone who I want to say is in denial about what's going on in the world say, well, I can't fix it, so who cares? Can't fix it by yourself, but if we're here together, there's a lot of power in numbers. And there's been more of us growing by the day. So you're not alone, and it's not just the 2 of us. It's not just the 3 of us. It's not just the 10 of us. It's not just the 100 of us. It's not just the 1,000 of us. There are, like, millions of us at this point. And there's a lot of power in that. And if we don't recognize that, it's the same metaphor of Leo's animal association is a lion, and someone told me that recognizing your power is like recognizing you are a lion walking through a herd of wolves, and if you don't recognize that you are a lion, those wolves are gonna catch up on that pretty fucking quickly, and they're gonna latch on, and then they're gonna start fucking with you because they know that you don't know how to use your giant ass claws that you got, okay? And as soon as you realize what you can do with those things, you start seeing everyone scattering. And in this metaphor, you are alone once you see all these people scatter. So it's a very scary feeling. Because some of us are in certain, like, partial environments or communities, whatever it may be, that feel like we're in a herd of wolves. And not necessarily wearing sheep's clothing, but not necessarily wearing the wolf's clothing either. And it's not to say, oh, we're different because we're chosen. No, we're different because we actually gave a fuck. There ain't nothing crazy special about it. It's more of, yeah, you actually gave a fuck about humans and society and the future of our humanity. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with holding on to that. And holding on to that feeling. Listen, could I tell you about the octopus? Uh-huh. Oh, there's a laser on me? Oh. I thought it was Fred that was working today. You know, I like chatting with him. You know, his laser sight's really cool. If you don't know, now you know. Aww. Mick Withers, I'm glad that you... I always find it always makes me, like, smile, and I find it funny and have fun when people have fun in life. Like, seeing other people just find, like, joy in life. Even if I find it a bit cringy, if it's not hurting anybody, I keep my shit to myself. But at the same time, it just brings me joy that people are like, I found this thing, and this silly little thing brings me joy. If anyone is worried about where can I not focus on the sense of longing, focus on the little sense of magic in you. Feel like part of you is stepping away from something while also stepping, like, deeper into your soul at the same time, and understanding that the true deeper meaning of what is within you is also outside of you. Oh, excuse me. The as above, so below aspects. And really understanding how you feel about yourself has affected things. Like, and it's because of other people and how other people have made you feel about things. And it's almost at this sense of, like, you're, like, getting all this blah blah blah, and you're like, fucking stop already. Like, you're making this fucking worse. I'm trying to be better. And, like, you keep fucking da 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 da, and it's almost like you're not letting me work. It's like you keep yelling that I can't cook, but you're not letting me fucking cook. Let me fucking cook. Last card for the Sun card, please, for Leo. What kind of specific? Oh. There's nothing wrong with being too hasty, but I understand of wanting to hold back on being too hasty because of any sort of quote-unquote competition out there. And competition could essentially just mean, like someone's idea just could be better than yours, and it's not a bad thing. It's just, oh, well, that idea was picked and not mine. And I think part of you is almost fighting in competition. I want to say in competition with yourself, but it's not even yourself. It's almost like the deeper you focus and go within and see the you within yourself, like the real you within yourself, you're seeing, like, all these different parts of you, like, fighting with each other, like, yeah, I don't feel like we gotta do that anymore. But you're just, like, watching the chaos, just kind of like, okay, it's there. And I feel like what some people fail to recognize is that just recognizing certain things about yourself is a step in the right direction. Like, that is a good step in the direction that is, hey, I want to heal these parts of myself. Well, you gotta understand them first. And to understand them, you gotta recognize them, or at least acknowledge them. And acknowledgement is half the battle sometimes. And these reversed aspects of these cards are like, you are seeing the so below part of the as above, so below in the Magician card. The Magician knows and recognizes he has all the tools he needs. He, she, or they. Genderless cards here. I just say whatever, because we'll get to this in a second. There's a masculine energy in this card. That's why I call him a him. Um, he knows he has all the tools he needs to do the things he wants to do and to create, not necessarily like the reality you want to create, but like the lifestyle. Like when you change your lifestyle, you're essentially changing your, like, the reality in front of you, but it's not like a magical, like, you're shifting realities and changing whatever. It's just genuinely putting effort into your life to change yourself and to be the person you truly want to be and to embody the person you truly want to be. And a way I can explain it is when I cut my hair this short, I have never had my hair this short since, like, for years. I was probably like 3-4 years old the last time I had it this short back here. It was even shorter. It's just grown a lot. This is just a lot of like overgrowth here. So when I finally cut it short, because I had like 3 feet of hair, it felt so freeing. And I'll be honest, I fuck with short hairstyles because I could always get a wig and just wear a long ass wig if I really want to. And I spent so many years trying to like deal with all the maintenance. Like, this shit makes me so happy. So it's like finding little things like that that is like, this brings out the true me. Like, it's weird to say that the hairstyle brings out the true me, but it truly does. And I need to get a haircut because I don't like how much has overgrown. Like, I want to get it like short. Like, it was short. I want to try and keep this length because I want to see how long I can get these like little strands to be. We'll see how long we can get these little strands to be, and then we'll just like keep it short in the back here so I don't need to worry about maintenance and all that stuff, because this is exhausting. You understand what you want, what brings out the true you, and understanding that you can't necessarily walk away from it, but you're not hopping on this boat of transformation just yet. Six of Swords talks a lot about transformation and the process of transformation. It does not happen overnight. And the transitions into different lifestyles and different like work ethics and ways you want to live your life or ways you want to go about your life and the choices that you're making here that we were talking about in the past energy. So, the Knight of Wands is an interesting card because it's very fast-paced. But it came out in reverse. So it shows me some of you recognize, Leo, you're a fire sign. You're very fiery. There are wands out here. There's a lot of fire here. You don't want to either burn too hot and, like, burn yourself, or you don't want to, like, burn too low and then fizzle out. And you don't just want to, like, move too quick and burn your engines, like, dry. There's a sense of like holding back in a strategic way while all of this chaos is going on around you. You are choosing to take a different approach, taking a step back and looking at the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, the mediocreist case scenario, whatever. It could be an okay, good, decent outcome for whatever it is you're looking to step into or you're trying to step into so you can step into other things in life. It's like how like some people get a certain job somewhere just to get the foot in the door in a certain industry, you know? I want to understand what is being talked about in the Three of Cups card. What do we have for the Three of Cups for Leo? What is going on for Leo? I thought a card flipped. I guess not. Judgment is here. Fake it until you make it will work in most ways, but not all cases. Because sometimes it's almost like going in for a job interview, and anytime they ask you a question, you answer their question with a question. So you don't reveal all your cards and reveal your whole hand yet, so you can kind of like, feel them out. Because it's not like a bad thing of like faking it. It's more of like playing it out so you know that you're gonna get like the best outcome. And I think being able to go back and understand where the truth lies is a good way of not abusing the fake it till you make it mentality, because I'm gonna be honest, there's some people that truly abuse that mentality. And whether it could hurt them, it could hurt other people, vice versa. The Judgment is out here clarifying the Three of Cups, and it's a very, very interesting combination. And it's kind of curious to me because I don't think I've seen the Judgment ever, like, clarifying or connected with a Three of Cups in this fashion. It feels strange because it feels like it feels like the end of a chapter that you know life doesn't end. And I think it's the feeling of like think about your favorite TV series, book series, whatever series that like had an ending that you really enjoyed, and you watched that thing for like years, months, however long the series was out. If it was years, like, the reason I understand why people love Harry Potter is they like grew up with the series, and we grew up with like I grew up with the fucking characters and got to see Daniel Radcliffe like grow as like from a kid to an adult, so like there was a lot of like emotional attachment to certain shows. But like the movies that ended the series were coming up, and it just felt like, well, when this ends, what happens? And it's not like any like I'm scared or I'm excited. It's more of like, well, what now? Now is the best part. Now you get to do whatever you want. You get to decide. You get to make the choices. And I'm not saying in a way that's like, oh, I gotta do it for this. No. There needs to be this little bit of ego to come out in you, Leo. It's something of practice the universe is providing for you. And I think a lot of you have had to truly use your voice and like speak in, whether it was in scenarios of what I dealt with earlier and I had to really like speak very aggressively, or you just have to like articulate something, like just so it makes sense, just so it's like there in reality and you have something to actually like describe this feeling of yours, you know? And I feel like I think some of you are even longing for a way to like articulate how you feel. I saw my whole thing lag there for a second, so one moment, please. Okay. The Judgment feels like that ending, that you don't feel scared of what comes next. It's more of like, so what now? And it's like, well, what were you gonna do some laundry? Did you have time to do that laundry? Are you feeling like you have energy for it? Or are you feeling like you have energy for that one task you wanted to do today? Or that other errand you wanted to run today? And you're kind of sitting there thinking like, yeah, I got time for that. Oh, hold on. I got time for that now. And I think there is a big, like, energetical ending that has to happen before, like, for me, when it comes to, like, where I work, like, I had to have that conversation I had with my boss today. And it felt so much like an energetical release in order to get into the next chapter of whatever that is, whatever that may be. But from now on, whatever that is, I'm making the fucking choices. That's what this energy is saying. And it's not even the choices, it's like, I'm making sure I'm doing this because it's going to fulfill me, or it will be in balance with the things that I want to do, and actually taking in consideration the things you want to do instead of giving all of your time to other people, other things, activities. And I think the biggest thing for a lot of people is not feeling guilty about choosing yourself. That's what we're getting over here finally. And there's a part of me that can't stop thinking of, if you were to truly ask yourself, would you be happier with just some random community you found and, you know, like this quick, you know, I want to say, what feels like quick satisfaction in a community, and it doesn't last that long? Or would you rather wait a little bit, whatever the universe considers a little bit, would you rather wait some time and get yourself a community that's going to give you that longevity? And I think the universe is sitting here smiling. Because they know. They know they're trying to get you to understand something. But they can't tell you. And I can't tell you. And you'll only get it when you get it. It's a silly, silly feeling. But I want you to know, and we were talking about this in the last reading, which was for Aries, which fire signs can get a little out of each one because it's fire energy. But we were talking about the Three of Cups as like different parts of ourselves, as one of them's the past, one of them's the present, and one of them's the future. The different aspects of yourself that are working together. Did I ever look at the bottom of the deck energy on this deck? I'm going to take is the Chariot, which I usually put over here. I'll put that there. Wait. Okay. We'll talk about the bottom of the deck energy once I get the last two cards here. Knight of Cups reversed and the Hermit reversed and Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Some of you are tapping into an energy of feeling like what it feels like to be a kid again, or a younger version of you, to where you were just starting out in something new. And I feel like some of you would get into this, oh, I'm starting something new, and all you could feel was the nerves and the anxiety. And now you're stepping into something new, and you can actually feel yourself preparing for the opportunities that you know are going to be out there for you. Sorry, there's a lot I want to fucking say, but it's okay. The Judgment, the Hermit, Knight of Cups reversed. The Hermit card is a card about introspection, and someone who sometimes in the reversed energy it could be seen as you've been in the Hermit energy for a long time and not just like isolating yourself. The Hermit isolates themselves in order to gain inner wisdom. They usually sit within themselves for long periods of time in order to understand the things that they can't quite understand about themselves just yet. And it's almost like these feelings of like, oh, but like, I'm right there. I feel like I just got it, but there's something missing. The Hermit will constantly go back to this energy of introspection and reflection and understanding how things got to be the way they got to be, whether it's about themselves, whether it's about the world. But at some point, you only have so much energy to put in this inner wisdom energy. It's almost like you have to go out and seek something that's going to provide you that vitality. And I think you know that lies within this Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is like this, I'm almost looking at it in the sense of like, oh, this is how I used to feel. And it's not like you want to feel like that again, because you know you can. It's almost like this sense of stepping into a new chapter that you feel completely new in, and just almost like a novice. Like you've studied the book up and down, because that's all you had. That was the only book you had in the library, was just the book on whatever it is that you're pursuing in life. So you know it like the back of your hand, but you haven't gone out and stepped out and experienced it. So it feels a little like it's felt nerve-wracking in the past, but I feel like now it's like it should feel nerve-wracking, but it doesn't. Because right now it feels like you're just riding those waves. Just feels like you are catching a breeze. And I feel like Leos, you get the most satisfaction when you are moving, when you are actively doing things. And this could be summed up as the metaphor of Leo's fire energy is active when there are like wood is actively being put onto the fire while someone is also next to that person chopping the wood. Like that is the energy of Leo. You are working to chop that wood to fuel that fire and to chop wood for the winter, not just for tomorrow, for the fucking winter. And it feels so much more serious now when it comes to how you choose what you do in life, where you choose to go in that chariot of yours. Because you're not done trying to help others get out of the feelings you once felt. But you're not gonna stop and help somebody if you can't help yourself first. Like if you can't help people, if you can't like help people, or I think I fucked up my phrase. I'm trying to say that it's hard to help people if you are struggling and can't help yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of people who try to help other people when they can barely help themselves, so they're giving all of this energy to other people and time and even money, and they don't give that to themselves. And it's like you just can't do that anymore. You can't just give yourself willingly anymore. Like, there's part of you is not necessarily like fed up, but it feels in this sense like an energetical, like, hey, I think I'm gonna start choosing myself when it comes to these things. And yeah, I may need a job because capitalism sucks and I gotta pay the bills, but you're not just gonna pick any job out there. You're gonna pick something that you're gonna actually fuck with, and that's gonna be something that's gonna be decent for the fucking pay. So I want y'all to just understand that you have a community within yourself, and you have a community in knowing that you're not alone, in the sense of it's not just me through a screen. It's these other people who are chatting. And if you were here earlier while you were with me ranting about work drama per se, I want to say that I kind of felt that sense of like, oh, like, I got another reminder that I'm not alone. There's other people out there who, like, deal with this kind of bullshit too. And I think reminding yourself that it's more than just 1, 2, 10, hundreds, thousands, it's like in the millions up there. Just remind yourself. I think we forget because we don't see it. And we feel like that since we don't see it, well, it must not be out there. I'm sure North Koreans never heard of a Hooters and probably don't think it exists, but a Hooters is out there. Just saying. I'm just saying. So, you know, if you want to know what is out there in the world, and you feel like, oh, well, I don't know, I think it's time for Leo to take a little bit of a walk and explore. But don't be afraid to like be serious with your decisions and understand how you are choosing yourself. Leos and Leo placements are going to be having a fun end of their summer, I think. Y'all are going to be making some clear, cutthroat decisions, but cutthroat out of respect. So, I applaud you, I commend you, and I respect you, and keep doing the work on yourself first, okay? Take care of yourself first. I love you. Thank you. That's all I have for you. We're going to be getting into the next reading, but I'm going to pause here and use the bathroom. So thank you for being here. We are doing zodiac readings, Kuma, so you can get a reading just by hanging out in the chat, and I will be right back.